So I can't get you guys any higher up, but I need to film this now while I'm trying to get ready because it is the 21st of January and we all know what that means. Onyx Storm is released today and I bought it at my old workplace while I still had like a discount on books there. So I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm gonna end up having to wait the entire day to hear anything more about the book. So I decided to take a shower and try and get my mind off it. And the minute I stepped out of the shower, I got the text message that it's ready. So I'm just currently trying to get ready as fast as possible. But welcome back. Today's video is in fact going to be a Onyx Storm reading vlog. Because what better to do on this fabulous day. So the plan is for me to literally just finish putting on this makeup and then I need to pack a bag with some clothes because I have like the shirts I have to wear when I work there and I want to get those back there. And then I'm going to check if there's a bus going pretty like now-ish. And if there's not, we're gonna walk because it's not that far away of the walk. Right now, it's just kind of what gets me there the fastest. And if that's the bus, then we're gonna take the bus. And then we're gonna pick it up and get home. And the minute I get home, I'm just gonna start reading and I'm gonna take you guys through the day. Or I'm gonna take you guys through it from like start to finish of the book, of course. But we're gonna start with it today. I don't think I'm gonna like finish it in one sitting or anything, but I definitely want to get very much into it today because I don't have any other plans that I like have to do today, which was of course on purpose because I knew it would come out today. So I on purpose made sure not to have any other important plans. I knew when I woke up this morning that I wanted to get ready early so I could be ready when the message got there. I was so scared that I was gonna have to wait like the entire day or something, and then I finally got the message and I was like, thank God, really, thank the Lord. I actually think I'm ready now, so I'm just going to quickly put on some perfume and shoes and stuff, and then we're gonna get out of there. I'm back. I did decide to do a quick little grocery shop for snacks and some Parmesan cheese. So I bought these kind of waffle rolls. I'm pretty sure that's what they call it. And the book. I cannot believe I own this. Also, can we just talk about this? And this? Like, does everybody's have that? Because I'm pretty sure my 429 Flame don't have it. So I was kind of surprised to see that. And my favorite type of the Parmesan cheese, just to have it, and Oreo chocolate bar. So first matter of business before I start reading this is I need to put it on the shelf just to see the 3 books together and make sure that they look good, which I so hope they do. By God. So right now they're there. But obviously, as you can tell, I will not be able to squeeze in Onyx Storm here. So I'm thinking about moving Fourth Wing and Iron Flame down to here, even though it's not like the same genre. But it will be next to one of my other favorite series and one I could picture becoming my favorite series. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move those down there and then put up Onyx Storm next to them. I actually think that looks kind of cool. I do think that it's kind of annoying. You know how we always talk about how they have to like fit together, and technically they do because like the name, this stuff, and the book's name and those fit, But it's kind of annoying that the text here are in like cool colors, and then this is literally just white. That's just my opinion. So I am right. I'm looking at Iron Flame right now, and there's no like art like that in it. I'm not sure if this is like a special kind of edition or if it's just something new she's doing for that book. Someone else has these and are like, oh, it's because of the like different editions or anything. Let me know, because I did pay for like a normal paperback version of this. I'm not complaining if I got not the normal paperback. This is so cute. Look at that. The loves of my lives. I can't get over this. Literally, this is beautiful. We need to check how long this is. It's not that long. I was scared at first. I was like, oh, are they just gonna get thicker and thicker? So this is gonna be so huge. But it looks like my copy is, I'm gonna try not to like read any spoilers, just the page, 527 pages long, which is honestly not that bad at all. It's shorter than a Boys of Tommen book, that's for fucking sure. And I will be reading the physical copy because there is no way I'm paying $14 for the Kindle edition when I've already bought this copy. So I will just be reading it like this. And I didn't do the initial like reread of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame because I didn't think about doing that until a couple days before, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not getting through Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. But maybe I'll do like a series. I've been thinking about that, doing a series where I like reread old favorites and like annotate them. I have no idea if you can hear that, but if you can, I need to explain that there will be some work going on outside of on the stairs, which yes, will be really annoying, but we're gonna have to live with it because I can't demand them to stop just because I need to do this all day. You know what, we're gonna start reading because this noise is not gonna make it any better, and I need to just get started. So I will start reading and I will update you guys along it. I forgot to totally mention, this will be spoiler free. Should probably make a clip of me and put it in the start just to make sure. This will be a spoiler free reading vlog. I will put a spoiler section at the end, but I will like make sure to be very clear about when that section starts so you can click off. Fuck it, we're gonna go start. Okay, so I of course won't be doing updates every chapter, but I feel like I need to share the fact that I just finished the first chapter. I have no idea how long that took me. All I know is that I am done with the first chapter. I'm gonna keep reading. I wanted to stop I was doing like a time lapse of me sitting here reading. I think I'm gonna stop that and just try to get more into this book. So far, I am so happy to be back. I think you can see it if you look closely in the time lapse. You can see me smiling because every time someone I missed talks, I'm like, I really cannot say that much other than the fact that one chapter in and I'm on page 16 and I'm already so happy to be back. I'm so happy. We should probably do really quickly here. Because I feel like I need to let you guys know that I am in fact in the middle of a thriller. It's The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I'm on page 56 of this and I have put it down until I finish this because I couldn't not read this today. And I just could not get on with this. Like the last 2 days, I haven't picked it up because my mind has been so stuck on this, so I knew it wouldn't be fair to like rush through this just to get to this. So we're gonna pause this, and I'm gonna try and see if I am in the mood for it after I finish Onyx Storm. So I finished the first chapter, was the last update, and then I was like, I'm not gonna update much more, I'm just gonna read. I didn't do that. I fell into the trap of watching TikToks for a couple hours, and then I picked it back up. I'm now on page 38, which is chapter 4. And I filmed one update, but then I realized I filmed it at like a wrong angle. So the thing I said in that update was that I think I'm gonna annotate this, and I did do that. I've done a bit of like underlining. And it's so hard to like talk about any of it because obviously this takes place after everything that happens in Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, and I don't want to spoil either of those either. Like, I want you to be able to watch this even if you've read none of them. So I'm gonna try to keep it like light and simple. So far I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, I ended up taking a little bit of a break, and then I picked it back up, and then I read a little bit. Satan appeared finally, and I then got sucked into it. Another thing I really wanted to update on, I kind of wished I'd reread Fourth Wing and Iron Flame before this. There's definitely some things that I'm like, I don't remember what this means, and I wouldn't say it's not so bad. Like, I get what's going on. There's just a few details where I'm a little bit like, I think this would make more sense if I had just read Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. Or at least, like, Iron Flame. But I don't think it's, like, ruining the experience for me at all. I just think at some point in the future I would love to read all three, just, like, right after each other. Just so I have all the information remembered. But that's gonna be for, like, a day in the future. Okay, I need to make like a quick little update here because I didn't film at all yesterday, and I probably won't be able to film for the next like 3 days. So I read a very little bit yesterday before bed and made it to around page 120, which is 22% through the book. And so far I'm really loving it. It's really good. Definitely. But today I have a first consultation with a psychiatrist about some possible ADHD stuff, and after that I'm driving with my dad's wife back to where they live, and I'm gonna spend the weekend there with them. So for that reason I won't be able to like film talking updates, but I will try to like update maybe quickly, just tell you guys how far I get in the book and stuff. But I probably won't be like seeing you guys until I'm back home again on Monday, maybe. But I just felt like that needed to be said really quickly, that this is bad timing for having to film this, but I do want to keep reading the book, so. Alright, I'm finally back home, and I've spent the entire day so far in bed reading, which means that I'm very close to being done. I'm on page 386, which means I have a little bit over 100 pages left. I am hoping to finish those pages today. It's currently 2 p.m. Like I said, I haven't been home, so I haven't been able to actually update you guys on what I've been thinking, but I will be doing a complete update, including the spoiler section on my thoughts once I finish it, but I will just let you all know that I love it. It's hasn't actually been boring at any point in time. Like I said, today I've been completely immersed in it, and the only reason it's taken me this long is because I've had other plans. But I did read anytime I could read, and I have been heavily annotating it, which is new for me. I actually think this is the first book I've ever actually spent time on annotating, unless it's been on Kindle, which could also be a reason why it's taking me a little bit longer. But like I said, it's been action-packed, which I love in a fantasy if you don't get too many moments to be like, God, this is boring. But it has also been like sharing knowledge, like building on the world and knowledge we already knew, but without making it boring, just disposition of anything. And I think that's all I'm gonna say for now. I just felt like I needed a quick little this is how it's going update. But honestly, I don't think there's anything more to say, and I think I will see you all when I am finishing this. Okay, so the lighting is really bad because it's nighttime and it's dark out, and I'm not going to be doing any kind of full review right now, but I just finished. I was expecting to cry more, but I think the reason I'm not crying this much is because I'm confused. I have no idea what I just read. Well, that's the update. I did not move from my bed this entire day, and it's now 5:30 p.m., which means it's time for dinner, and I just finished this. Well, like I said, I will not be sharing any full thoughts until tomorrow when I've had like a night's sleep to get in my head what just happened. And that's honestly all. I'll see you guys tomorrow with like a finished thought thing. Okay, it is officially the next day after I finished this, and it's time for the final discussion. And all I gotta say is I loved this. I gave it 5 stars, in case you guys were wondering from my very overwhelmed talk yesterday before I went to bed. But the ending had me flabbergasted, which if you've seen any other people reading it, you will know that the ending is like this huge shock. And like I said when I was updating yesterday, like Iron Flame had some moments where it was boring, which was like my only issue with Iron Flame. This did not. Like, even the moments that weren't action packed were still exciting to read about. The characters, I've said this before in the like end of the year book tag about how much I love these characters, so just being back with them is automatically giving this book a high rating. But it was fun, it was action packed, I laughed, I cried, and I don't know what else you could possibly want from a book. So I did give this 5 stars. I do think I loved Fourth Wing more, but just because it has like a special place in my heart. But I think it goes Fourth Wing, then this, and then Iron Flame was like the worst, and I'm still pretty sure I gave Iron Flame like 5 stars too. So even the worst in this series is amazing. As you can see, I tapped it, which I didn't. Many fantasy readers would probably be tapping like world building stuff. I didn't do that. I just tap whenever I have like taps for whenever Satan says something and Violet says something cool, because Violet was badass in this one. Violet has been badass in like all the books, but this one specifically, she really took on the role, and I have a feeling she'll only get more badass in the next book, which I can't wait for. And I just saw somewhere that it might take up to like 2 years, which does leave us plenty of time to reread the entire series. But I honestly don't have that much more to say. I loved it, and if you have not read this series, please do. Anyway, like I said, I will be doing a short little spoiler thing in a second, and if you do not want to see the spoilers, I just want to say thank you for watching up to this point. If you liked it, please give it a like and comment down below what you thought about Onyx Storm, if you've read it or not read it yet, and subscribe. Okay, it's officially spoiler warning time. If you didn't see the warning, this is the verbal warning. Spoiler warning. Spoilers up ahead. I'm just gonna take like a minute or two to talk about the spoiler things that I feel like are important to talk about. Are you away? Good. Good. I didn't cry at the ending. That's the first thing. It's like, I think the ending had me more like shocked than it had me upset. But I loved the ending. Like, I know some people are gonna come out and be like, oh, that was a shitty ending. And it's not. Like, people think it's a shitty ending because it's like a cliffhanger. But that's what makes like a series good, is if a book ends on a cliffhanger, in my opinion. I don't have any like theories or anything. I watched Larry Reed's has a good TikTok with theories on this book and the ending, and that's kind of the only theory I also have. It was definitely so shocking. Can you just talk about that? Like, you read the sentence, Imogen's like, I did what you asked me to, and then it just ends. I've seen multiple people where it's like you turn the page and then it says acknowledgements. I was hurt. Where I did cry was when Ardina, do not come for me if I say any of these names wrong, but when Ardina left, I was a sobbing mess because I love her more than anything. I also cried at like the when they were like had to get gifts. I knew something was gonna happen because it was like, this is too easy, nothing's really going wrong. I mean, sure, Dane got slapped, which was technically just hilarious, but it was still like, I was mostly just sad for Kat because she's already been through kind of a lot. So having to literally, in I think it was like 10 pages, we had to like watch her fall in love with someone else for him to die, and like Violet having to say thank you to the people who killed him. And one thing I've seen some people talking bad about that I actually loved was the fact that like at the end they kind of switch POVs. So we got a chapter in Rhiannon's POV and Imogen's POV, in like Satan and Violet, of course. But I loved that. I loved, like, first of all, getting to like hear that it's not just Taryn, but like all of the dragons are fucking sassy with their riders. And then, like I said in like this non-spoiler, Violet in this book, the most used tabs I have are the red ones, which are for mostly Satan. I do think one place Taryn said something, but I put it under hot, which is Satan. And then I have badass, which is mostly Violet, because she had some moments. The first tab, or the first moment where I was like, wow, Violet is kind of cool in this, is when it's in chapter 5, when the like riders are trying to start a fight with the flyers and stuff, and Violet like pops in and she's like, no, I want to fight the strongest one, and Dane wants to, and Ardina's like, Dane isn't the strongest, she repeats, and this time I get the point, I am. And then she's like, rebel is so outdated, we prefer the term revolutionary, and if you're going to wield, then it's me you'll be dealing with. I was like, Violet, like, I knew she was cool from the other books, but this was top tier coolness of all. And I have a lot of moments in the book where Violet said something and I was like, jaw drop. But the ending does have me wondering, and I cannot wait to, in the next book, get like, that's also something Larry reads kind of made me think about, is getting like the reverse where's my wife, so like where's my husband kind of thing, and like just the entirety of Satan calling her his wife. And I definitely, my prediction will be that the second book is going to focus on Violet getting Satan back and like saving him. I'm pretty sure what Larry Reads was about is that in the ring is the part of Satan's soul that is still him, the part that his dragon saw and was like, oh yeah, we can still help you. And I think Violet needs to figure that out and then find Satan. Which I don't know how they're going to do that when it also seems like she asked Imogen to make her forget. Honestly, I have no idea, but I think that's what it's going to be. Like, the next book is going to focus on her finding Satan and saving his soul. And then the last book is going to be like the war, like between the Venom and them, like actually winning the war. I did have one thing that bugged me in the book was all the jump scares about people dying. The one that had me the most was Riddick. Like, I swear to God, I started crying and I was panicking, and then it turns out he wasn't even hurt. And then it was Mira, like she got her throat cut and somehow they saved her. Again, I was crying for her, and then they were like, oh yeah, JK, she's not dead. And then of course when Quinn actually died, that was so upsetting. To like read from her best friend's point of view, and her Imogen was like, yeah, you got to spend time with my family, and like the fucking flashback to when they first met where she was like, we're gonna be best friends, and like maybe it's gonna be a short friendship or whatever. I just think this book had so many moments worth loving. But I don't think I have any more thoughts on that. So, like I said in the other outro, if you enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.